For the love of money, people won't care who they hurt or cheat. People don't let money, don't dash, don't let money change you. On the bottom now, hey, for the bottom dollar, yeah. Keep people don't let money, don't let money change you. Don't dash on a dollar. Well, I can't really say she let money change her because personally I think that's who she already was. And my girl is lost. She play on people's sympathy, their heart, and their wallet. I keep keeping on. Good thing, good thing, good thing, good thing. Where I gotta say this. I have to really apologize to the viewers. Why? Because it was content creators like me who stopped. Spreading for the love of money, for the money. Notice I said love. For the love of money, for the love of money. Now I will say this. That crap got draining. But at that time, I wasn't a commentary. I was just Tamara's life journey. Life after 5. I came into my calling a little down the road. But before I did, I actually made a couple of videos about your girl, exposing her for the truth. But since I really didn't understand the whole commentary side, because it was out of my element at the time, I didn't know how to present that information to you. Now, I've said to many people, don't put people's name in your titles, because it's just going to drag them over there too. But if you do, there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it the proper way. So to help expose this scammer and this liar, I'm going to do it this time. Don't let money change you. They say, oh, she ain't here dancing. Actually, nothing ain't changed me. Because anybody that knows me know that this is T, Shorty T. I like to dance. And I'm always dancing. If you've been on any of my lives, you've seen me do that. Don't let money change you. All about that. See, because we have fun over there. Good thing, good thing, good thing, bad thing with it. Yeah, we do. For the love of money. See, I'm a 50-year-old woman who ain't got time for nobody's games. But most importantly, ain't got no time for people scamming these viewers out here. So this topic, although it's about DoorDash, it's for y'all. It's for the viewer. The love of money, for the love of money, for the love of money. And I also want to give a shout out to those 2 music composers that made that song. Them songs are busting on a video. I love it. But unfortunately, you made it for a scammer. You need to put that talent and really promote people with some true talent. And people who genuinely want to see people succeed. because all the hyping and jumping around Miss DoorDash be doing. It's surely entertainment. So I'm giving her viewers what they want, but here the thing is, this is my natural energy. Boom, boom, boom. Didn't need no knives to get it. Didn't need no begging on people to do it. This is me. This is who I am. Let money change you on the bottom dollar. You know, DoorDash is facing her problems because she got poor management skills. To her would be Budgeting, baby. Baby. Get it to me now. Good thing, good thing, good thing. Yeah, things with it. For the love of money. Ooh, y'all, so where should I begin? Like the intro said, people don't let money change you. You're right. And I really and truly do not feel like money has changed her. This is just who she always been. And this is who she is to the core. And the reason why I stopped making videos about her, because at the time I wasn't doing commentary. I was Samira's life journey, and I was focusing more on tips and some other things that I was doing. It would just so happen that I myself at the time was someone who watched her videos because, of course, she entertains very well. And she does give a sense of motivation. But it's like, what else is she really giving? And at that time, it was nothing. Literally nothing. During that time, she wasn't even responding back to people's comments. I mean, even the ones that were singing her praises, you know? So I kind of caught on to things when I made the video about her because a lot of stuff that she was doing was like, what? Like, are you serious? You know, so I was picking up on it. And if you go watch the videos that I made, and I did about 3 or 4 on her, because I was basically, those videos, I was talking to her, the person, DoorDash, the person. I was basically talking to her, but of course was addressing the viewers as well. But it was more so geared to DoorDash. But the thing about it, DoorDash ain't gonna change. What really got me about her was, it was a video that she had made, and just so happened when she uploaded, I was one of the first ones to get to see that video. Now, I don't know what made this woman say the stuff that she was saying on that video, but literally she was basically exposing herself. It wasn't what other people were saying. Now, at that time, before she made the video, when people would talk about DoorDash, I would be like, y'all leave this woman alone. She's just having a good old time, you know, singing, giving, just enjoying herself. She seemed like she had a struggle, you know. I mean, yeah, some things seem a little bit off, but generally, you know, she seems like she's a good person. Just let her do what she do. And that's kind of how I felt about it. And that's why I could resonate with people today that say this stuff about her, because I was once too saying the same thing about her up until she made this video. Well, when she made the video, she was talking crazy on it. And it's been a few months ago, so I don't want to go quoting what she said, but I did make a video at the time of everything she was saying in this video. And basically, it was like she was exposing herself as to what Ringo TV was basically telling everybody. She was admitting to it. Okay, she was literally admitting into it. But instead of being apologetic, it was like, so what, I did it. So what? I screwed over people. So what? You know, I got the money, and that was the gist of it. That was the attitude of it. I got their money, and so what? I'm making all this money and stuff like that. So it don't matter what I did, because people love me. Pretty much that was the gist of what she was saying. And I was like, okay, now she got to be out of her mind to be saying this to people that are supporting her and telling people to leave her alone because it was coming off a little bashful, right? I'm like, is she really saying this stuff on this video? Well, not just me. I was in shock when I first was looking at it. I think I had to go back and watch it for a second time before I actually made a comment, because I was like, there's just no way. I must be looking at this a little deeper than what it really is. Let me go back and look at it. So I go back and I look at the whole video again. And sure enough, no, it's what I thought the first time, right? But at this point, I'm reading comments of other people talking about DoorDash. I can't believe this is what you're doing. Like, you need to humble yourself, girl. Like, why are you doing this? We really believed in you, and now you're doing this. Now, on my video, when I made it shortly after she had did it, I was basically saying, man, God must have got her real good, or either she was drunk, or either something else was going on. Like, at the time, I thought maybe she was a little, because who would do this to themselves when she was propelling so far? So I'm like, okay, it got to be the pressure. They got to the pressure's in Jesus, because he's sick and tired of her using his name in vain, and she ain't real, right? But that's what actually got me started to looking a little bit deeper into what was really going on with DoorDash, and almost kind of the reason what kind of led me into the whole commentary thing at that point. Anyway, it wasn't about her as to why I did the commentary, but because I was researching her and I was finding all this stuff on the internet. Ringo TV was basically, at the time, he was talking about how she had screwed everybody with that curl smiling products, and she hadn't really gave the money back. And at the time, he didn't really show the video. He was just talking about the video. He was doing like stop and go. But the way he was, even with him exposing her, it was just the way he was exposing her about it. It just came off like, man, I'm saying, Ringo, you're right. Like, literally, you might be right about what you're saying about her, but it's the delivery of how you coming at this woman. That's why people are coming at you, because the way you coming at her, right? So I was basically, telling him, just change up the delivery, So it caused me to do some research on the Ringo TV as well, to kind of figure out what was his problem, because he seemed like he was pretty brilliant when it came to doing this platform. He knew his stuff, and you ain't even to take that from that man, even if you don't like the way he view things. Okay, he's good at what he do. All right, so but that can't cause me to look into him a little bit more too, but I paused on him because of all the stuff I was now finding. This is why I tell you, people, or as many people that learn about the truth, more than fall off, more will come, because they will only pick up on where they started from this point. And so they're just looking at her, but not necessarily looking at her for all the things that she have done, right? So I started looking into her a little bit more. And so I pulled up the curl smiler, and then that's where I found the video. And so I recorded the video. Y'all, it's been me recording the video off of my phone on my laptop that's been going on for a minute. So I recorded it. So I'm like, oh my God, I don't believe this woman is doing this, right? So, but then that spiraled into me digging a little bit deeper into other claims that people were saying about her, right? And I went on her Instagram and I looked, and sure enough, baby girl was just like they were saying. She was glamour. When I say I made a song called Blueprint, but glamorous, I mean, baby was bad. Like, the DoorDash that I have seen was not the DoorDash that was showing up over here on Instagram. It was like a totally two different people. But where she really messed herself up was she put it on her banner for DoorDash. So if you look at her banner, that's her picture. That's her picture from the Instagram. And so I'm like, okay, no, that's her, because that's her picture right there. But everything she was showing the people over here on YouTube was, this busted up version of her. And she was playing on a lot of people's heartstrings. And I think that's what really got me with her, because, people identify with struggles, especially if they feel like, and I've always been the type of person that like to help people and fight for those that feel like they can't fight for themselves. And so that's where she pulled me in onto this roller coaster ride with her. But I'm also a person that can pick up on things pretty quickly. And during that time, before I had started going on my search, I should have known something was wrong because my daughter came in the room while I was watching her one day, and I was cracking up laughing. She was like, "Mama, what you looking at?" I said, "I'm looking." At this time, I had it on the TV, not on my phone, and I was like, "I'm looking at this lady called Dodad. Man, she is good. Like, she is really inspiring people. And she, she telling her stories or whatever. I mean, she kind of a little extra with it, but she good." So she started proceeding to talk, and my daughter go, "She's a liar," and I was like, "Hold up. What make you think she's a liar? You seen this woman for a few seconds and you can tell she a liar?" She's like, baby, mama, let me tell you something, mama. That woman is a scammer and she's a liar." I said, "What, you know something about her?" She go, "I ain't got to know nothing about it. I can tell by the way she talking and stuff that she's saying. She done tripped up on a couple of things since I've been sitting here listening to her on the TV." So I'm like, oh, wow. So it really took me back when that particular daughter of mine said it, because see, that particular daughter, she too have a bad habit of telling a lie before she tell the truth. Okay, so, and this ain't no shade to her, because that's just what she known for, and she'll tell you herself. I'll lie to you in a minute. But the one thing that she will do, she'll come back, especially when you call her out on it. She's gonna come back and say, "Okay, I was lying. But that's just her, okay? So, but when she was able to identify with this lady just that quickly, and I wasn't, and I had been watching her for almost about a month at that point. I said, "Man, I should have known when that girl came in that room and said something. It was what it was. I shouldn't even had to have watched Ringo TV to find out the truth. I shouldn't even had to go searching. When my child had said that was a liar right off the bat, and baby, she can recognize them. My daughter can recognize the people around here. There's a big lie, right?" I was like, I should have known, and I just should have believed my child, right? But anyway, it caused me to go on this massive research on this woman, because I was singing her praises. Matter of fact, I was telling people to go look at her channel. "Oh, y'all need to go check out Jordan." I mean, promoting this woman like crazy, putting her in my titles, saying that, putting her in my description as I was learning about the subscription, telling everybody to go check her out. Like, she up and coming. It was never about the money with me. It was just about the inspiration and what she offered people, until I learned what she was actually doing. And then I took notice of what she wasn't really saying. It was a lot of hyping and jumping around, but homegirl wasn't saying absolutely nothing. It was just a bunch of noise, a bunch of hollering and screaming, jumping around, flipping, acting a little crazy. But then when my radars was on her, I started picking up on a lot more stuff as well. Not just that her stories were changing, but I was noticing she was doing a lot of clickbaiting, where she would have the story saying one thing and then it'd be something totally different. But in combined with the video she made herself and the Curl Smiler product scandal that she was involved in. And let me tell y'all what the Curl Smiler scandal was. Basically, it was a scam where she was making a product at one point and she was doing great. People loved her products. People liked her. She was providing what she needed to her people. But I don't know, I guess because of, like I said, the BUDGETING, she just was not budging herself as a business owner the correct way. And that's what I got from the video, even from her own mouth. And what ended up happening was one of her clients called her out on Instagram and was calling her a scammer and a liar, because she basically had took her money and didn't give her products that she was waiting on. But DoorDash at that time was going through something really, really bad, I guess, and she didn't have the money. But instead of her giving these people their money back and shutting down the site so nobody else would send her money, she kept collecting people's money, and then she dropped the product down, which should have been everybody's first clue, because it was almost $30. She dropped it down to like 19. She dropped it down to 10. She dropped it down to $8. That was just her trying to collect as much money as possible from the people. This was before her surgery. This is DoorDash saying she's not a fraud after somebody called her a fraud. She was a fraud.
you have to have money to keep going. And sometimes you have a dream.
That's anybody's business. You gotta have money to keep it going.
And then you're like, okay, God, I thought you were going to help me. And you realize that
The tears, the crying,
you also need
all trying to pull on your heartstrings.
And so
I'm not gonna do a whole video on this one. I'm just showing you this is why I myself don't trust her.
I went on Twitter today, and I saw this girl. She had tagged me in a post and speak, which makes sense. I mean, you're upset, you're mad because you didn't get your product. I understand that.
She got her money, but they didn't get her product.
Fucking fraud. And then she said hashtag fake ass something.
She was saying what all the names because she was doing a lot of cussing. But the customer service wasn't top notch. She did not just this lady, but over 500 people like this. 500 people. And this is DoorDash before her weight loss, y'all. A weight loss, by the way, her people paid for her on her channel because she was begging for money, asking people to donate because she didn't have this and she didn't have that. It wasn't just on YouTube. It was also on Instagram and as well. I mean, this woman had racked up thousands of dollars from people. And this was in 2019. And she still have not paid these people their money back. All this money she done made. And she still have not paid these people their money back. She took their money. And y'all can go watch the video. But basically, she took their money for an order. Knowing she good and well she ain't have no product to give them. And wouldn't give them a product or their money back. And this is why I stopped following DoorDash. Because she's a fraud. Okay? And this was back then in 2019. I actually came into her last year. I found out about her. But since then, she have done numerous of other scams as well. And this is why I don't deal with her. Because instead of her telling the truth, she lies to people. She scams from people. She makes fake products, fake courses, and it be absolutely nothing in the courses. And then she clickbaits people, and all that yelling and screaming that she does is all a facade to get people to listening to her. Now, watch this. I'm going to show y'all one that she just recently did here. Hold on. Whatever. Unbeknownst to everybody, well, unbeknownst to anybody over here on YouTube, she was over there hustling the people, begging for money, crying, talking about what she did not have, and it worked. Because based off of that, she was able to get the money that she needed to have her surgery. All that came out back then. If you watch those videos that I got titled DoorDash, and you really search for the truth about DoorDash, you're going to see what she actually did. But the people over here on YouTube did not know about all that was going on Instagram. So she was able to, play on people's sympathy. Now over there, they knew who she was. They knew how she kept herself up and stuff like that. They trusted her because at one point she had some good characteristics about herself, far as a business person. She had a good product. She had the look everybody was looking for. So people, they kind of attracted themselves to her. But as whatever was happening with her started happening, she started scamming people for their money and was getting all these people money. So much so, she herself say it was 500 people that paid her for products she never gave back their money or their products to. Now, yesterday she made a video about her when she was walking through her grandma's house or her aunt's house, and she showed the Curl product, and it was a whole bunch of products over there. So I commented on the video, and I was like, so I guess this is where everybody products is. You're gonna give them to your family versus giving people what the little bit of products that you had out to the people and then reimbursing the other people their money back. DoorDash never reimbursed those people. In fact, if you look through back on her video, she slides that in from various videos to the next, saying how she felt bad because she was just going through some things, but she always made the point to put that stuff at the end of her video, or towards the middle to the end. And most people know that most people ain't gonna go through the whole video and watch it. And then for those that just truly love her, they probably wasn't understanding what actually was going on, right? So for the people that knew, when they heard it, they fell off. So DoorDash started losing a lot of people. She had, I mean, her videos, when I started watching her, I mean, them videos was getting like 100,000 views, 200,000 views, and homegirl had done fell off to like 8,000, 9,000, 2,000, 1,000 views. I mean, it was trickling, and people all over the platform, not really understanding all the other stuff about her, was trying to warn her, hey, DoorDash, you need to do something other than just jumping around and acting a fool, and add something to your thing. And basically, she cut everybody down, telling them she ain't finna do that. That's not what she want to do. This is her platform. She basically do what she want to do. All right. So after a while, people got tired of talking to her about doing adding value to her videos, so that way she can ride that wave that she was on, because people was loving who she was. She just wasn't really saying anything. She wasn't talking about how anything worked. She literally was just giving everybody hype and all that stuff, right? So when Ringo TV came out and exposed her on the YouTube platform, the ones that was already looking at her started looking at her more, and she lost a huge following. Some people unsubscribed to her, some people stayed subscribed, but they just stopped watching her videos, to the point where that girl wasn't getting nothing on them videos compared to what she had as a subscribers. She literally wasn't getting no views. It was almost like a new person coming on the platform getting 42 views based off of what she was getting for her subscriber count. So people was falling off because they had got tired of it. But most people, even when they went to expose her, they was basically trying to not tarnish her too bad, so that way once she get it right, she can just move on. But girl was determined just to stay on this course that she was on, because it was bringing her so much money. I mean, she even, during the time I had watched her, I had seen where she was asking people, because she said God told her to ask the people, and she really didn't want to ask, but since you the people told her to ask for this stuff, she started asking because y'all made her ask for it. No, y'all didn't. Neither did God. It was what she had already did back over on the Instagram platform that she now was doing over here, because people from Instagram was running her off because she owed all these people this money. It was crazy, y'all. It was like the drama queen of 2024 was there, and everybody was like, whoa. I mean, this was like reality TV crap. I mean, I'm not even into reality TV, but baby, because you were so locked into what she was saying that you was intrigued by what was going on. You was shocked, but you was still intrigued. I mean, it was what it was. The girl had the chemistry to make it work. So with me, I just kept trying to tell her, DoorDash, you could fix it. Just to make your rights wrong, make your wrongs right, and do the right thing and move on. People love you. You can change it. But her head had got big, too big for herself. And what she was doing on this platform, instead of giving them the glamorous that she was over on Instagram, she started pulling her hair back, taking the makeup off, and portraying herself as she was this broke down person. But her behavior didn't change. The same thing she was doing for the people over there, she now started doing over here on the YouTube platform. And like I said, when I was watching her, she was asking people for money because she wanted to go to this gospel convention. And you know how the people of the church want to make sure that God get his people to get their word. So them people was donating money to her. I mean, when I went back after I found out and was just adding up the stuff that she was saying people had gave her, this girl had made thousands off of that alone. I mean, she was also telling people she never had no sneakers before in her life. You know, that shot right past everybody's head, including mine. She was talking about how she ain't never had no sneakers in her life, and she just really and truly wants some sneakers. People was sending her cash out trying to get them sneakers just to have on her feet. But when she went to that convention, now it didn't dawn on me when I was making the video. Like I said, it was starting to drain me because I was really just talking to her, but it will seem like this woman ain't listening. So what the heck I'm constantly talking to her about? I really wasn't addressing the viewer. I was addressing her, but I was just letting everybody know why everybody was coming at her like that. It wasn't because they was hating on her. It was so much so that they were just trying to tell y'all what was going on. And like I said, during that time, I wasn't doing commentary, but my videos did gain a lot of traction because of it. That was the very first time I ever got like 3,000 views on a video when I started talking to DoorDash. All my videos, I was talking to DoorDash. So then after um around the time when I started to fall off from talking about her, I started addressing the people more so than talking about her. But I didn't really want to keep just talking about this woman. I just was trying to get people to see what was happening. And so I was talking like just to their inner man, their inner person, to their mind so they could see what was actually happening to them. And I kind of like left DoorDash off because it was just so much stuff. I mean, it was so much stuff that was coming out about this woman to the point where it was just draining, but she was sucking it up for her benefit. In order to fool the people, because just as many people that was learning the truth and falling off, many more people were starting to come on. They was trickling on slower because they wasn't going back looking at everything. And then I would have people coming on my channel saying, I didn't know all this stuff about her. Oh my God, like, thank you for making this video. And I'm done with that, you know, because I don't believe in stuff like this. But what was happening was, because I thought the girl was just leaving all her stuff up until I started going back looking for stuff I was saying to her. Homegirl was deleting stuff. If you wasn't singing her praises, she was deleting your comments. It was all, and then she twisted on y'all. Thompson, it's all about positivity, no negativity up in here. No, it was all about blinding people from the truth. So anybody that exposed her on her DoorDash, they got deleted. That's all it was. They got straight up deleted on her DoorDash videos. So that way it was even harder for people to see what was really happening because all they seeing is people singing praises. So people started getting wise, and instead of trying to make comments on her videos, they started making videos about her. More so just like what Ringo was doing, what I had did, because that's why a lot of my older videos was listed as clips, because I was one of the ones that was actually around here talking. I wasn't the first one, but I was one of the ones talking about her during that time. So a lot of people was using my clips, exposing her for that, right? And then what lo and behold happens, the people that did the original exposure came back because they had stopped doing everything altogether. They wasn't even doing this no more. But when they learned she was back to doing the same thing, they jumped back on the platform to expose more in detail what all was going on Instagram, that was still going on Instagram, and now what they see is happening on YouTube. So they was trying to notify everybody on what was going on. Y'all, it is so freaking much. But it's mind-boggling. Like, she's a mastermind of manipulation. Really, that girl got something mental going on up in there, but she's a mastermind at the way she's doing it because she is manipulating people like crazy. And like I said, I wasn't a commissary back then. I was just basically a YouTube person that offered tips, and I was focusing my tips around Country Wayne, and that's where the whole Skit Atlanta thing came from, because I said he doing skits over in Atlanta, so I put it together, Skit Atlanta, and I started calling myself Skit Atlanta Commentary, because a lot of my YouTube tips, I was using him as an example to show you how it worked during that time. And I was sort of making it like a game for people to follow along with it. But it didn't really click on with people. The DoorDash stuff did, but the Country Wayne stuff wasn't clicking with people with the YouTube. Some people was like, oh, this is a unique twist to how you doing stuff. And we had fun with that. But a lot of people was not looking at that. And then I got an epiphany when I was at my brother's house. So all this was going down when I was helping my brother who was a burnt victim. He had got burnt all over his face, y'all, and neck and arms, and he had to have surgery. It was real bad. So I was dealing with dad taking care of him when all that was going on. And I was trying to figure out a way to try to help him because he really needed some money, because he's a single father. He take care of his only child or whatever. So I was trying to talk him into doing a GoFundMe in order to try to get the money up, and to help him with his bills and so he can kind of get back on his feet and stuff like that. But because my channels wasn't popping the way they was, a lot of people didn't see that. I even made a short during that time when I was heading there on the Greyhound bus. Me and my brother, stick together. I had put that on there. But at the time, I hadn't quite talked to my brother about asking him, could we go ahead and do the GoFundMe? I did not want to do something without his consent of doing something. Okay, so I still had that plan on my mind too, y'all. But in the midst of all that, I came into the epiphany of God showed me what it is I'm supposed to do. Okay, so that's where the whole Skitlanta commentary came in from. Because prior to that, I was Tamara's life journey, Life After 5. And a lot of people thought it was talking about Life After 5, like having a party because I was so energetic or whatever. But no, it was really about me and my children and the struggle that we had. And so I was connecting with people on the platform because who were single mothers too. But of course, at this time, my journey was kind of like over as far as the struggle of a single mother. And I was like just stressing how I wish I had this platform during that time because my story and my struggle could have really helped a lot of people. And so that's kind of where the pathway of healing kind of came into. And I'm just kind of showing y'all what's happening. And I don't want to bombard y'all with too much on this video, so I'm going to go ahead and click it. But I'm going to do a mini series on your girl now because I owe all y'all an apology. I wasn't quite there yet. So when I did this, I didn't know really how to bring it to the people. But now your girl is educated and full of wisdom and knowledge on this YouTube platform. And I know how it works. So I'm going to do a little mini series exposing DoDash. Now, for the old, the middle, and the new. And I will continue to do commentaries about her because I feel like people, content creators such as myself, we did an injustice to this platform by allowing her to do this to people. I mean, I kept saying it, or as many fall off, many will come on soon. And really, I wasn't really trying to hurt her. I was just trying to offer her wisdom and encouragement. Now, there was some people out there was really trying, now because you making this whole platform look like a mess, came over here and bought all these damn scams and stuff. Even though people are doing it other than you, they ain't doing it like this. Like you're hurting the platform. So I get the passion as to why they was doing it. It just was kind of coming off wrong. And I was getting drained by it, being honest with you, because I was not talking to the people. I was literally talking to her. And like one person had said on one of my videos, I don't know what you keep talking to her for because she ain't listening or responding. I thought to myself, well, she ain't listening and responding to y'all either. So, I mean, so, but I'm going to do a little mini series on your girl exposing everything. And I will continue, DoDash, to do it. Now I'm talking to you. I will continue to do exposure videos until you fix it and make it right and do the right thing. Or just get off this platform altogether and stop manipulating these people on this platform because YouTube to 2025, they're getting ready to know about you and other scammers like you. Now, I did a video about Dante London, but I really held back on a lot of stuff, y'all, because if y'all really knew all the stuff I have collected, even on him himself, look at all this, y'all. I got so much footage on this boy. But as I was making it, I actually ran up on a video with him and his dad. One where they was walking, one when they was in a car, and it was over 4 years ago. And his dad said something that made me say, "Oh, hold on," because I always said there was something about him that morally I think that won't allow him to go as far as he will. And I still think the boy just caught up in the hype. But he is a narcissistic person, but some of that could be stemmed from his childhood and what he's going through. And until he's healed from that, he'll never be the man he could be. So I'm saying to you, Dante London, go get some help. Go get counseling. Get the help that you need so that way you can heal. Because I saw in those videos that I saw with your dad, I saw the little boy that just really need his father, regardless of the reasons. Now, I don't necessarily agree with what your father said about the family because, baby, and then this message to every man that's watching this video, y'all don't let no woman, I don't give a darn who she is and who their family is, stop you from knowing and being a part of your children's life because it breaks something inside them. Be a part of your children's life. Let them know where they come from. And you fight like HELL for yours. Okay. So it would not allow me to do that to this young man because I heard his dad say, he was dealing with, anxiety and nervous problems himself. So that right there just let me know what was really going on with Dante. So once the hype is over with him, I truly feel that he's going to get it right. He just don't know what it takes to make it work. And once he does and he realized what he did, I really honestly and truly believe he'll probably come into full fruition of what he's actually doing. So I'm super proud of the young man. He had a bad example as to how to do it right with DoorDash, and he hopefully he see these videos too to see that he was motivated by a straight liar and somebody who act like she has no type of sympathy for a human being when it comes down to it because of the tactics and stuff that she has done over the years. It's insane, y'all, how much this woman did. It's crazy. Even when I kept finding out about it, I was like, I'm not finna talk about this. Like, this is crazy. But I should have been talking about it. So I don't want y'all to be too hard on Dante. I think if enough people keep encouraging him to do the right thing, he will do the right thing. But in case he doesn't, Hannah, you need to watch out. You need to really truly understand what you're getting yourself into. Dante, I think, can be a great man once he heals, but there's unfinished unhealedness within him, not only from his father, but also from his baby's mom. He loves her. He loves her, point blank, period. And until he be able to fix what is going on with his father, and he would truly be able to deal with what he could not do for the love of his life, and Hannah is not you. It's his baby's mom. I hate to tell you that. And I'm not trying to be funny. You are somebody he have love for. She's the person that he really loves. Because you're the person that will help him move to the next phase. Now, not to say that y'all ain't gonna be together for a time or either long term. Who I don't know. I'm not psychic. I can't tell you that unless God Himself give me that knowledge and wisdom to be able to tell you. But I'm hopefully I'm saving you from some heartache and some pain. You don't have to break up on bad terms, or you don't have to break up the heart. Y'all can stay together and help it. But know what you're getting into, because in the end, Hannah, this particular experience you're putting yourself through will probably change you for the worse if you let it. So regardless of what he chooses to do, once he's fully healed, and he ain't fully healed because he's jumping from woman to woman in a time span. He said 3-4 years on his video. That was 10 months. Not no 3 or 4 years. So the boy just sitting up here lying. It was literally 10 months, a year, where he had all these women within a year. Based off of his videos, within a year. Now, he has had other people in between, before he got serious with his baby mom. There is some other videos with other women's there. But I'm talking about the videos that I saw that I got all on here is within the last year. And some of it kind of spilled over a year and a half, 2 years. But it's still the same thing that he's dealing with. So even when I did the commentary on that, I had to pull back because I saw what it really was. And and I want y'all to hear what he said, what he did, but I also want you to see why he said it so you can see the real Dante. And Dante, get you some help. I really and truly hope that your YouTube career takes off for you and stay in the mode that it's in. And only if it dips, just dip a little bit and then you continue to ride that wave. But you're going to have to heal because you're going to self-sabotage it, your darn self, by the lies and the misleading that you're doing to everybody else. And when they realize that doesn't work the way you're saying it, you're going to lose people, just like your girl DoorDash. But hers was a little bit with a different twist. She purposely set out to deceive people on this YouTube platform because her time was running out over there on Instagram. But yeah, y'all ain't gonna make it too much longer because, like I said, I want to make a mini series out of homegirl until she start changing, and hopefully y'all all start now learning. And now I'm in the commentary world, in the review world. It ain't stopping. You continue to lie and mislead people, then you'll continue to get exposed. All right. So as always, be your brothers and your sisters keeper. Keep God first. And toodles.